Guys, and welcome to another of the Imperial Bunker Escalation League 500 point first step games. You've got myself, Toby, playing with the Drukhari in the corner, and then Seb with the Tau set down in front of me. We're playing the Scouring as per the overall rules for the first missions. We've rolled up, is it Dawn of the War deployment? We've rolled Dawn of the War deployment. Seb's got a first turn.
Yeah, would you like to seize initiative?
I will attempt to seize. I've got a dice there, thank you, sir. No, I haven't seized initiative. So Seb will be going first, and then we're gone there. We also need to roll up to see which objectives are superior and inferior. We'll come back to you at the end of the movement phase and show which ones those are.
Okay, so after Tau turn 1, as promised, this is the inferior objective. It's only worth 1 victory point at the end of the battle. And this one over here on the flank with nothing around it, except maybe a skimmer there. That one is worth 4 and is marked appropriately. The other 4 objectives on the battlefield are worth 2. And then the Tau advanced. They were here, and now they have tried to get line of sight and maybe use the height to screen out. It'll definitely screen out charges, but it might not screen out movement with these skimmers, who are going to ignore that, but we'll see. I don't really want to be turn 1 charged. And then we're going to head into the shooting phase, and I'm going to use command and control node to give these guys reroll ones to reroll all wound rolls. So into the shooting phase, and as I suspected, command and control node was vected, returning 1 CP to the user and my CP for command and control node. And then a multi-shot was declared. 1 broadside firing into the left venom and 1 broadside shooting into the right venom. And then this one is an additional -1 to hit now, on top of venom's base -1 to hit, because of lightning fast reflexes.
Yep.
But my broadsides are equipped with velocity trackers, 2-point upgrades, so that they will get +1 to hit against those. So hitting on 4s, hitting on 5s, and I'm going to roll it up now.
And guys, just going to let Seb roll some dice.
So this is the first broadside firing high yield missile pods into the not -1 to hit venom.
-1, not -2.
But then I get +1.
Yep.
So then it's back to just nothing.
Standard Tau.
4. That's not bad. I'm going to keep these 8 dice. At least these 6. And then your toughness 5.
That is 5.
So I needed 3s. That's 3 wounds and 3 saves at -1.
So standard save on the venom is 4, so 5 ups either way.
So 5 up from your invulnerable save.
Yeah.
2 failed.
2 failed. So
2d3 damage. And that's 5 damage.
okay, so then
6 up, feel no pains.
yep, I'm Cabal of the Black Heart, so 6 up, feel no pains, 5 damage. Oh, this is really hard to film. And that's 4 dice. So what's that?
4 damage.
4 damage. So that venom is down to 2 wounds remaining.
Okay, and then the 8 smart missile pods, also hitting on 4s. Oh, that's a lot worse. Only 3 hits with them. And then these need 4s to wound. That's 1 save, no AP.
4 ups. That makes it.
And then this is the second broadside firing into the second venom, now suffering the -1, so 5s, still with no rerolls. So 3 hits. That's about what I was expecting. I'm winning on 3s, same as before. And they have 6 wounds total.
Yes.
I will use my ethereals once per game reroll on this, and hope for the best. That's 3 wounds, 3 saves at -1.
3 saves.
3 fails.
Yep, with the -1. I didn't see that one there.
And that's 3d3 damage.
I think this venom might be gone.
That is 7.
So I'll just roll these 3 dice, see what happens. Okay, so yeah, the venom is gone. Does he blow?
Yes.
He does blow. Okay guys, let's get some dice, get the roll us in anyone dies, and we'll come back to you.
Alright, so we've come back after we removed the venom from play, causing a mortal wound to the Archon that he didn't save. And then 1 of the Cabal from this squad died in the disembark action. And then we fired some small arms fire from here and here at them, killing an extra 1. I thought about trying to knock the last 2 wounds off of this venom, but based on the fact I only killed 1 warrior, I wouldn't have done particularly well. So that is the end of the turn. There are still 3 blasters in play, still 2 venoms in play, still 2 archons in play.
There are blast pistols on the archons as well.
But I am in my building.
You are in your building.
So that's the end of Tao's first turn, getting first blood, which is in this game, and it'll be turn 1 Dark Eldar coming up.
Right then guys, at the end of the Drukhari movement phase, this venom here is the damaged one from behind these ruins, has zoomed over here, just put some line of sight on hopefully taking out some shield drones. The other venom has zoomed off around the corner to get closer to the top end objective, the superior objective. The Archon that was with that one has moved up there to get near to the other objective. Obviously relying on some character shields here. The remnant Cavalite squad has moved up into the ruin, behind these barricade ruins here, along with the Archon, and that's about the end of the movement, guys. Right then, guys, so end of my shooting phase. This venom and its incumbent squad took out 2 shield drones here and knocked a couple of wounds off the broadside. I think he's down to 3 wounds. This squad here put a few pot shots into the squad here, and I don't think actually killed anything that turn.
One of the Fire Warriors is dead.
Was he die from that, did he?
Yep.
Okay.
But then he's going to be within 6 of the ethereals, so right now, no morale for them.
Yep. That was basically all my shooting with the 1 venom behind that ruin in the corner there. It's obviously got no targets, and the pistols and the Archons are well and truly out of range. So we're going into my charge phase, and we'll come back to you after that. Guys, so this venom is going to be charging into the Archon and the... not Archon, my guys. The ethereal and the supporting shield drones. So I think Seb's got some dice ready, some Overwatch. I think he said that Shadow Sun up top there is going to be, hopefully, from Seb's point of view, putting some blasters, not blasters, melters?
Fusion blasters.
Fusion blasters, oh, it's close. Into
so
the
reason I'm not firing with the broadsides is this at the minute obviously can't charge these guys and tie them up. But if I destroy this in Overwatch, then Cabal Warriors will appear here, and then they could charge. And if they charge uncontested into broadsides, I would end up tied in combat, and then that would be bad. So I'm just going to fire the 2 fusion blasters and see what happens. If I kill it, I kill it. Why not, right? 5s with Tau. Overwatch. Hit you once. I wound you on 3s. That's a 4. I wound you. An invulnerable save to make
That'll go up. Nope. That's a 1.
And I assume I'm within 9 inches, which I am. That means double damage. Or that thing. And you take 6.
6. So he's got
2 feel no pains?
Yep. 2 feel no pains here in my hand. 1 and a 1. Double 1. So that venom is gone.
Does it explode? When you roll a 1, you always roll a 6 afterwards, right?
Seems to be the way. And it does. It does indeed explode. So we'll measure all that up to get the Cabalites out, and we'll come back to you.
Cabalite Warriors got out of the venom here, and they're still thinking about what charges they're going to do. The broadsides have still not fired in Overwatch, even after these poor guys were charged by 3 warriors, which is now 1, and the Archon. So they're going to be in combat, but not necessarily wrapped or tied up. And then we need to have a think about what we're going to do here.
Hi there guys, so it's looking like a bit of a farce for the Dark Eldar's point of view. The Cabalites, not surprisingly, died to the blistering firepower from the broadsides. Down here we've killed all bar 1 of the Fire Warriors. Obviously still locked in combat there until he decides to run away, the glorious coward. And that is basically the rest of the turn complete. Still a few models hiding in far ruins, but smart missiles don't care. So we'll come back to you at the end of the Tau movement phase, if there is going to be one.
This is Tau turn 2 after the movement phase. And with a lot of the Dark Eldar killing themselves on my guns, we have ducked down this Fire Warrior squad into the shadows in the ruin here, protecting them for a bit so they can jump out and take Objective 5 or Objective 1. And of course, there's a couple of enemies over this side as well. But where the real things are happening Obviously we've fallen back with our fire warrior onto the road there, as far as he can go. And then we've got to deal with these two guys and this 2-up invulnerable save. So the drones and the ethereal moved from under the building to on top of the building. But actually one of the drones went over here, still in coherency. 6 inches vertically, 2 across. So that maybe if I don't kill this Archon, I can charge it with the drone squad and then tie him up, I don't know, so that then he can't charge me. But hopefully some firepower from here will do the trick. So with line of sight down onto the Archon from up here being fairly limited. Oh my god, I can't see at all. Hang on. Okay, so line of sight has been checked and range has also been checked. So unfortunately the venom over there is just beyond 30, so no smart missiles going that way. So we will be firing both high yield missile pods here, and then one lot of smart missiles at him, and one lot of smart missiles at him. Anything to declare?
The Archon will use lightning fast reflexes for 2 command points.
2 CP spent on there. Do I get CP back? Nope, I haven't got any back yet this game. I'm down to 1, and you are down to
2 remaining now.
You are down to 2.
Because I've already got one back one this turn for stealing from command and control mode.
So command and control node was used. CP was given. Vector was considered. Now you were up to 4. But these broadsides will be re-rolling to hit, but they will be suffering a -1. So they will only be hitting on 5s. That's why I declared quite so much firepower here. We will come back, maybe with some saves. So after some shots have been fired in, a lot of smart missiles killed the warrior just, and now we've got some saves to roll. So first of all, 3 saves with the smart missile systems on the 2-up save. God, it's impossible to see these dice. Alright, they're all saved. And then 4 saves against the high yields. Come on, fail this one. No. Come on. Come on, fail one of them.
Yes.
The Archon lives. The Archon lives. That is a tremendous amount of firepower. Rerolling to hit and to wound. That very often kills Leman Russes. Alright. I think it's going to be the Tau charge phase coming up. Alright, the charge with the drones was considered. And then it would have tied the Archon up. There is only 2 of them and they probably would have died. So let's hope the Overwatch can do what the charge couldn't, and that means it's going to be Dark Eldar turn 2.
Right then guys, at the end of my movement phase, we've had a little bit of a reshuffle. The Cabalites have gotten out of their venom and tucked themselves in out of line of sight on this pure objective. Their venom has spun round and advanced to get into the cover here. Obviously, smart missile systems don't care, but it gets me at the range of the big guns. The Archon's tucked himself in here because he was stupidly exposed where he was, without me initially realising. And then the Warlord, the other Archon, has come round the corner here, gets him out of line of sight of some of the bigger guns up top, in case he wants to charge up there, seeing how the rest of this turn goes. We've got a light bit of shooting, and then we will come back to you in the charge phase.
So a tiny bit of shooting was done. This guy is killed, executed by this shooting attack. That's what the drones were. Maybe they could have stopped that. I wasn't within 3 inches for Shrug, but if they charged him, then they could have stopped that. Now you've declared a charge.
Yep. So the Archon has declared a charge on everybody up top because the only Overwatch coming in is going to be the smart missiles. The rest, they just can't see him. So declaring everyone means, depending on what I roll, depends on who I can get into. Including the drone at the bottom, which is the last chance saloon. Seb's fired off his Overwatch. You've got 5 wounds.
5 wounds with the smart missiles.
So
you've got, first of all, 2-up saves.
So saved. Oh, it's gone through. So he's now, Archon has lost his shadow field, I think it's called. So does he ignore that wound? No. So he's lost one wound, and he has 3 saves remaining. This one -1 on the smart missiles.
No negative on my smart missiles at this point.
5 ups.
Oh, goodness.
So he takes saves 2, and then 1 field of pain. No, so he
Putting
has
him down to
2 wounds.
2 wounds remaining. Now you have a charge distance to roll. 8.
So these buildings are 5 inches up to the floor, so I can get up comfortably.
And let's have a measure, and then we'll see where he is for fighting. So we've finished the charge phase, and the Archon moved its full 8 here, getting right into base contact with the broadsides. make sure I didn't do any shenanigans, which then I proceeded to do by heroically intervening with the ethereal to make a little bit of space by moving around, to then get Commander Shadow Sun in range as well. Because if you're going to go after any of my characters, you're going to go after my Warlord. Shadow Sun's sort of spent now. And you could attack the broadsides. This one's only on 3 wounds left, but they're not going to be firing next turn unless somehow I kill you. So you're going to put your 5 attacks into...
Yeah, the logic going to the Imperial. Logic being that I think it's a 2-up armor on the broadsides. So I'm unlikely, with just a Venom Blade with no AP, I'm unlikely to get through their armour, even though I probably will hit and wound them. Shadow Sun's got a reasonably good save as well. The Ethereal is probably the squishiest target, and I'm likely to lose my Warlord up there, so I might as well take your Warlord with me at the same time.
Well,
if I do happen to survive, then combat
tower.
Let's see
if we can trade.
Okay, so 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Dice are rolling there. Reroll if I needed to, but no need. The Venom Blade with the enhanced poison is 2s to wound if you're not a vehicle.
My Warlord's not a vehicle.
Nope.
Alright, then I need to take 5 saves. Dropping dice, and I pass 2, and then I will take my Sense of Stone saves and pass one of those. So I only suffer 2 wounds, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to hit you in combat.
Combat Tower.
With my drones and my broadsides and my characters.
Hey guys, a pretty disastrous turn there for Dark Eldar. Warlord did die to the broadsides. Once that invulnerable's gone, they are pretty squishy. Probably deserved to lose him earlier on to all the firepower regardless. So yeah, he's gone. Tower characters have consolidated at the end of the combat there, just getting themselves ready for the final push towards objectives at the late game. I've only got a couple of models left. I've got a squad of Cabalites in that ruin there, and a Venom and Archon in the big ruin in the centre. So we'll see what happens in the next turn. I think it's going to be a bit of a cat and mouse game now, and we'll go on.
So into Tau turn 3 now, and with not very much left in the Eldar army, I have to start thinking about these objectives. So the drones have moved out and across with an advanced move. Fire warriors are tucked up nicely into the corner, try and come out and get either this 2-point objective, or what they really want is the 4-point objective over here, if I can clear out these guys. And then over here, no Sense of Stone this time. I've used my Ethereal's ability to reroll 1s to hit if I stand still. And then my Shadow Sun is staying within range of them as well to use Command and Control Node one last time. Unless I get the CP back, that will be the end of it. Toby's last 2 were used the previous turn to try and keep the Archon alive. And now I'm going to fire these smart missiles off camera into the Venom, because if I can clear him out, then I can target the Archon that's in the building. And if I clear both of those somehow, then I'll worry about these Cabal warriors over here. Those 16 shots with the smart missiles were fired. With really good conversion, I got 8 wounds through, and then 6 saves were failed, but then 3 6-up damage prevention rolls were passed, leaving the Venom there on 3, ending Tau turn 3. I did get my command point back, so I am still on 1. So I've got 1 more command and control node in me, hopefully to do those last 3 wounds, that Venom next turn. Over to Toby and the Drukhari turn 3.
Okay then guys, so mission avoid the broadsides commences. The Venom that was in this ruin here, shielding the Archon, you can just see through the windows there, has skittered over, advanced over to here, just getting out of the range of the smart missile systems. The Archon's going to have to fend for himself, try and rely on his 2-up in run for a bit. Hopefully survive the first barrage, and we'll see where we go in the next turn. So we'll come back to you. Actually, that's the end of my turn. Realistically, they've got nothing to shoot, so we'll go straight into tower movement phase and probably shooting phase, turn 4.
Tower turn 4, end of the movement phase. The broadsides still haven't moved. They're going to reroll 1s to hit again, and I've got 1 more CP for command and control node. The interesting part is over here. Strong advance from the drones, movement with the fire warriors, so that they can see the venom, I'm going to try and push for this 4-point objective. This one here is pivotal. We did some maths, we sort of thought it through. With the threat of the Archon jumping out onto any objective I try and take, and then killing 2 drones, or maybe even a squad of fire warriors and taking the objective, I can't have that on the last turn of the game. I can't have it ending like that. So I'm going to try and shoot as much of this stuff I can here, and then Toby will have to choose to either jump out and shoot me back, or to try and weather it in his building, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to fire the smart missile systems from the broadside off camera real quick into these Cabalites, ignoring cover, and see what happens. And we will probably come back at the end of my turn. So the end of that shooting phase, Fire Warrior's whiffing hard, Venom is still on 3 wounds, but the smart missile's killing all bar 1, and then I was informed, no morale. There's been so much blood on the battlefield that this Eldari has got power from pain and will be sticking around, and that is going to be the real key objective going into Dark Eldar turn 4.
Right then, guys, so the end of the Dark Eldar movement phase. This Cabalite has just stuck the nose of his gun around the corner to be able to see the Cabalites. The Venom has moved ever so slightly just to get rapid fire range onto the Fire Warriors. Just the extra 2 shots from the underslung splinter rifles. The Archon has remained where he is. Realistically, he's just waiting to spring out onto objectives. And that is the end of the movement phase. Guys, so the Cabalite promptly failed to hit anything. The Venom slaughtered 3 of the Fire Warriors. Is morale an issue for you now at this stage? I roll a 4. What is your...
I lost 3. Leadership 7 off the Sergeant?
Yep, so you're fine regardless there. We'll just double check that and change it if we have to, but we think we're okay. And that is the end of the Dark Eldar turn. We're going into Battle Round 5 now, and we'll see what traps can be sprung.
Alright, so this could be the final turn, turn 5. Tau have done a bit of a, trying to secure this 4. I'm not sure if this was the best move I've ever done, or the worst. The Venom could theoretically kill everything here. All of my stuff here had to advance to secure this. And then Shadow Sun, not my Warlord remember, jumped up here onto objective 1 to get me a couple of points. And I've got an Ethereal here, scoring me 1 point. Still giving the broadsides reroll 1s to hit, so the broadsides will be firing over and killing this last Cabalite, ending your objective secured. You've got left, Toby. And then just hoping for the best. This is going to be a crazy finish. I'm going to do the shooting off camera now. End of my turn 5, going into Dark Eldar turn 5 now. Cabalite is obviously dead, objective secured here, and another unit of non-objective secured, giving a real tough decision for the Venom. We've still got second in command Archon in the building here. Could be some shenanigans. My second in command here. Let's see what the Drukhari do next. Alright, Dark Eldar turn 5. Venom has moved up, clearly trying to shoot someone and then charge someone. We'll get to that in a minute. First though, Archon here has come charging out. I think you're now going to shoot at Shadow Sun.
So roll here. So it's a blast pistol. So hitting on 2s.
With a reroll.
Hit. Toughness of Shadow Sun. More than 4, I presume.
Roll the dice. That's wounds.
Wounded.
Shadow Sun's invulnerable save. Failed. And how much damage did you do, sir? 5. Uh-oh. So, Shadow Sun had 5 wounds. Took 5 wounds from a single blast pistol shot, so now there is an Archon standing in the middle of the table. If the game ends, that Archon will score 2 points. If the game doesn't end, the Archon will get shot. And over here on the all-important 4-point objective, there is 1 drone dead and 1 fire warrior dead. And the Venom has to make a charge. You declaring both of them as the target of your charge?
Yep, just in case I snake eyes it.
Overwatch, 1 hit. First wound. Charge distance for the Venom is 5. So after the charge, pile in. The Venom proceeded to kill the one Fire Warrior, very dead in fact. The drones struck back with one attack doing nothing. And now, the player who had the first turn rolls a dice. And on a 1 or a 2, the game will end. We roll a 1. It's game over. We're going to tot up the points. So with the 1 being rolled, the game being over, scores were added up. This objective, 1 model each. On the 4-point objective, no one scores it. This objective, worth 2 points to the Archon, it's 2 points to Toby. And then the only Tau-controlled objective is the minor objective, worth 1 victory point for the Tau. But having scored Slay the Warlord against the Archon in the building, and having scored first blood early in the game, that is a victory. 3 points to the Tau, 2 points to the Dark Eldar. Cracking game. I can't believe it came down to being that close. That over
shield
there.
drone.
Tau shield drones are their best.
Yep, being annoying.
Thank you very much for watching. Check out some other videos now.